Greetings, weary travelers. Welcome back to Along for the Ride. Thanks for joining us again. Wanted to do a quick Bornfree recap or debrief, if you will. Well, if you recall from my video right before Bornfree, right before I left, it was that Friday before, my oil tank tab had broke. And was sagging and had to weld it, replace the little rubbers on it. I'm happy to report that that survived. As you can see, that ugly ass weld held. We're good underneath. Oh, actually, take that back. I think I tightened up that rubber too tight, and it is starting to disintegrate. That was an old one, just kind of using it to get by. But as with all things on a Shovelhead, you fix one thing, you create a problem elsewhere. This time, I sheared the bolt on the rubber isolator on this side. So that bolt's gone, that rubber's gone, and that bolt thread is still in that hole. So I've got to extract that somehow. All in all, it was an awesome trip, man. Bike ran great, no problem whatsoever, except, check it out. I mean, so there at Bornfree Saturday, all morning we had cloud coverage. It was beautiful, gorgeous. Right around midday, the sun started peeking out and it got hot quick. And that's the kind of Bornfree I recall. If you've been to Bornfree years past, you know it gets pretty hot, pretty humid, especially being right there next to that big old lake there. But we were blessed this year with excellent weather. But once I left on that ride home, dude, I got baked. I didn't think to bring long sleeves because I'm an idiot. And I don't know if it'll come through on camera, but so not only do I have a farmer's tan to go along with my burn, but I've got like a glove tan too. I don't know if you guys see that. That's real high class stuff right there. I call that the MJ. So yeah, that was fun. But all in all, a successful trip. It was great. I didn't film a whole lot, and I apologize for that. I know I kind of built it up, but I did try to blast that one kind of quick invited builders recap out, and I hope you enjoyed that. That was my best performing video. I'm glad I got that out quick because I don't know if it would have done as well otherwise. It's one of the first to market, if you will. But in any case, with the shovel, with that, I'm at a crossroads because do I want to replace that? I got to go buy the rubber isolator, and it's cheap. It's like $10. But do I want to do that when I already have a replacement horseshoe tank that I'm gonna put in there? So this is where I struggle because I got this guy, this beautiful thing. Look at that. Freaking beautiful. And it's the one of a couple horseshoe tanks for swing arm shovels. And I got it from, who was it? Lowbrow. It's actually Gasbox makes them for Lowbrow. But I got this, and it doesn't take a whole lot of fabrication other than you gotta cut some tabs for the old oil bag and the battery tray, knock them out of the way, grind them down, and then I think it mounts up pretty quick and easy. But I got to do that, and I got to figure out the oil fittings for the hoses. And so what's the decision to be made? Well, I just don't have a whole lot of time to do that and figure all that out. And do I want the shovel to be down while I'm deliberating on all that? That's the hard part for me. So what do you guys think? Do I just buy the little isolator, keep ripping this around? I've been riding it to work every day past couple weeks, but I don't feel comfortable riding without that isolator because then I'm going to break something else. Or do I use this to just kind of force me into installing the oil tank that I already have? What do you think, guys? Let me know. Again, I didn't get a whole lot of video from Bornfree, but I do want to highlight a couple of these bikes because they were sweet. So let's do that now. Of course, there are so many talented builders that showed up to Bornfree this year, as every year. It'd be impossible to point out all the awesome fabrication skills and crazy things that people did, but here are three of my favorites that we ended up seeing. First up, we've got Slim's Fab here. What a sweet trike. You see him in the background there, yucking it up with the homies. But it's an iron head bottom and rear cylinder. I think it was a 71 if I remember right. The front cylinder off an early K model. You see that gnarly Weber carburetor up top. And then in the back here, cow pie 4-speed tranny sandwiched between those gnarly slicks. In the front, there's that adjustable rake with that little heim joint, internal springer, that crazy front wheel. Such a cool build. Next up, the Red Arrow by Arrow Choppers. Look at this chain open primary. Beautiful. All the chrome. Gorgeous paint job. Southwest look. Nice and slim. Beautiful springer. Just a good example of a 60s style chopper. Loved it. And then my favorite, the Butcher from Alleyway Choppers. Look at that custom headlight they made. This up and out of the frame. Oh man, I can't get enough of it. It's gorgeous. Cool patinaed paint job. Just some rad leather work on the seat. This inset eagle clear on the tank. Nice and slim. Gorgeous bike. Another thing, so there it is with the seat back on. It's not bolted down, but you see I had this Biltwell X-Fill sissy bar bag, and it's a pretty rad bag, and I ran it for a long time on the dyno before I got the wannabe Leather Pros on it, just for some luggage room or space. But I ran this, and dude, this thing sucks on a... I'm sure it's good for a tall sissy bar, but it sucks on a Crazy Frank's fender with the built-in sissy bar. I don't know if it's this little padding here or what, but the whole time there and back, this stiff bottom that they put in this was digging in my back, and it sucked. So I cannot, in good conscience, recommend the Biltwell X-Fill bag on a Crazy Frank's fender. I know that's probably very minute use case out there, because that's not something most people are rocking. I'm sure all you guys got your actual hardtails and sissy bar, which this might actually work. I don't know. I can't speak on that, but if you got a Crazy Frank's fender, steer clear of the Biltwell X-Fill. It sucks. I gotta figure out. If you guys got any suggestions, what's a good sissy bar bag for this kind of slim, or maybe just doesn't have that hard bottom so it won't dig in my back, but something that's cushy I can stuff full of stuff and just kind of lean back and cruise on? What would you recommend? Alright, story time real quick. So I met my brother and some buddies at Bornfree. I rode along with my dad. This is my second year. Pops came with us, which was pretty rad. The best part though, so my dad rides, I don't remember what year, but it's an old Yamaha Stratoliner with something crazy like a 1800cc motor in it. I'm not too familiar with it, but it's a big boy. Yeah, so we get there, we roll in a little early before the 10 o'clock open. We got the grass passes, flash them, they let us in, we ride in through the gates. We pull into the, just behind where their lining pulls up. We get there, dude kind of looks at my bike. He goes, oh, no, you got a Shovelhead. Go down there. Go see that guy, he'll tell you where to go. So I'm like, alright, shoot. So I roll. My dad tries to follow on his Yamaha. I mean, again, it's a chopper show. And this is a big old touring Japanese bike, metric bike. The dude's like, no! Hey, no, stay. You park here. So my dad got left out there. I had to go link up with him after I parked. But he ended up wheeling me around, directing me to this special guest parking, which was like this little paddock, which is kind of cool. They've got like the invited builders in a paddock, and right next to that they've got this special guest paddock, and they put me in there with this pile of crap. 1980 FXWG wide guide. Why would they put this in with all the other beautiful bikes? I mean, they had some show bikes that probably deserved to be invited builders, but they weren't. They were just in there, and here I am parked amidst them. How funny was that? Pretty cool though. One last story here. The best part, my favorite memory of Bornfree this year. As soon as I pull into that special guest parking paddock with all the other shovels and knuckles and pans, this old guy, old graybeard, walks up to me. And he's eyeing my bike, and I can see him focusing on the fender here, and he's looking at it real good. And I'm like, yeah, that's a Crazy Frank's fender. And I'm trying to flex on him a little bit, and like, yeah, the probably made back in the 80s, 90s, before he got put away in prison. And I told him, hey, he's making them again though, you know. He got out of prison, he's popping them out, but this is one of the originals from back then. The guy points down to his shirt. It says Crazy Frank's on it. He goes, now I know what you're thinking. It wasn't Crazy Frank, no. But the guy says, I built that. I bet you money I built that fender that you're rocking right there. This old guy used to work for Crazy Frank back in the day, making these things. How cool is that? Then he's like, hey, Crazy Frank's got a vendor tent back over here. He's making them again, you're right. But that guy, and he points out another guy, he's making them now. I'm retired, I don't make them anymore. Then he pulls out his phone and shows me this custom swing arm chopper he's building with like this gnarly Crazy Frank's style fender. He had it, instead of it coming down like this kind of nice following the turn of the wheel or the tire, it came down here and was like kind of sharp, and it was crazy looking. But dude, that's the kind of stuff that happens at Bornfree. I met the guy that probably popped out this fender, what, 40 years ago? Maybe more. Pretty wild, man. Pretty awesome. I'm stoked. So, hope you enjoyed that story. Hope you enjoyed the video. In any case, let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe, comment. Should I swap out the oil tank to the new style one? Or should I just get the part so I can rock it and mob this pile of crap for now? Alright, thanks for watching. Until next time, keep your knees in the breeze. Peace.
Alright, okay. That guy's in here.